In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 10 must-have cards right now in NBA 2K25 My Team, cards that I think everybody should be having on their squad, whether it's looking to grind for in the new My Team Festival of Champions, talking about cards like Cedric Maxwell, or whether it's adding cards on your team via the auction house and cards that I think are really good for their price that you guys should be looking to pick up and add to your guys' team. So we're going to have some must-have cards that are free, we're going to have some must-have cards that are expensive, and we're going to have some must-have cards that are at that budget price tag to get you guys all the different options, whether you're a player that spends a lot of MT or grinds the game a lot, or whether you're somebody that doesn't have a lot of MT or doesn't grind the game a lot, to help you guys out to know what are the top 10 must-have cards to have in the game right now. So this top 10 list isn't going to be saying I'm not saying Cedric Maxwell is the number one must-have card in the game, which he probably is, even though he probably is like number one, but this isn't going to be like a 1 through 10. It's just going to be the top 10 cards that I think are must-haves in the game. So Dark Matter Cedric Maxwell, like I said, probably the card that I would recommend you guys to the most. I don't think there's another card in this game that I can say is a card that's more worth getting, whether it's off the auction house or grinding, than Dark Matter Cedric Maxwell. He is 6'8" at shooting guard with a 7-foot wingspan. His defensive stats are pretty good. His stats across the board are good. His badges are good. But the main thing about Cedric Maxwell is his animations. He has the endgame invincible SIGs. He has the Garland dribble style, D. Francis size up, Kemba escape, Trey behind the back, Zach LaVine moving step back, also the pro crossover combos, which can be very, very good if you know how to combo those. He's got the best motion style, the best fade in the game, with a very good jump shot. This isn't the best jump shot in the game, but it's a really good one. On a free shooting guard that only costs 30 dark matter pieces in the festival, and you're able to get a GOAT piece for free by typing in a locker code that gives you 24 dark matter pieces. You only really need to grind 6 dark matter pieces to get this Cedric Maxwell, who is legit maybe a top 5 shooting guard in this game. There's Kevin Durant, there's Tracy McGrady, there's Rudy Gay, there's Dr. J, there's Carmelo, right? There's some great shooting guards in this game. Paul Pierce, invincible. He's right up there with those invincible level shooting guards that you can get for free. Please, I'm telling you guys, if you need a shooting guard, go get Cedric Maxwell. You will not regret it. Now, I did want to mention Richard Jefferson as well when it comes to must-have cards in this game, because he's also very, very good. Not as good as Cedric Maxwell in my opinion, but if you guys need 2 shooting guards, well, here's your 2 shooting guards you can run on your squad for probably quite some time. This Richard Jefferson card is really good. 6'7" at shooting guard with a 7-foot wingspan. I would say his defensive stats are on par. Maybe not as good defensively as Cedric Maxwell. He's a little bit shorter, but it's not really too much noticeable in game. But the best thing about this card is probably his jump shot. He literally has pretty much the same jump shot, I believe. No, does he have the same jump shot? He has the same release as invincible Nikola Jokic. It's a great jump shot. Pro 2 fade, and then has almost the best dribble SIGs in the game. He's just missing the Steve Francis size up, and that's pretty much the only difference between him and Cedric Maxwell. So Richard Jefferson is also a top tier shooting guard in this game, again for only 25 dark matter pieces. So if you type in that locker code, you get 24 dark matter pieces for free. From the Go piece you get, you downgrade them to dark matters. You can log on this game if you're a new player on a brand new account. You can type in the locker code, you can get 24 dark matter pieces, grind one of the new challenges in the game for a dark matter piece that might take you 30 minutes to grind, and you can get this card for completely free in like less than 30 minutes. That is insane, and a must-have card currently in this game. A card that I want to talk about that I did not see many people mentioning, even myself. Like, I didn't make a gameplay on this card. I don't think JC made a gameplay on this card. I didn't see like Ty, maybe DBG made a video on him, but dude, this card also, number one, is not that expensive for how good he actually is, and that's Dark Matter Dolph Schayes. I mean, I'm looking on Xbox right now. He's easily under 50k, and he might even be lower than that as a Dark Matter card, who is genuinely insane. A 6'8" small forward with a 7'1" wingspan. His defensive stats and badges across the board, are really good, like 95 speed, 94 agility. His stats are great. Everything is great on this card when it comes to the stats and the badges. But take a look at the animations. This is a really good jump shot, Pro 2 fade, and he has almost the best SIGs in the game. Yeah, his behind the back maybe isn't Trey. Yes, his size up isn't, Steve Francis, but it's still Donovan Mitchell, which is a decent size up. This is a great card. This is an amazing small forward for 50k. I mean, I'm looking on Xbox, he's 35 to 40k. This card for 40,000 MT is unbelievable value. If you guys need a cheaper small forward in this game from the new champion set, I mean, this card is just unbelievable, especially for his price. Now, the next must-have card I wanted to talk about to give you guys another free option to grind for is this 100 overall Miles Turner, but also included in this, I'm going to mention Miles Turner as the main card to grind for, because I do think he's the best playoff spotlights card by far. This card is absolutely unbelievable. He was completely free. If you have Pacers players in your collection, if you have the cards you need, he is completely free to grind for. I know people were saying, well, they dropped Serge Ibaka and Serge Ibaka is better than Miles Turner. They're making him better. Why would you go for Serge Ibaka, who, yes, is probably better than Miles Turner by a little bit, in the new festival? Yes, he is worth it. But he is also, I'm not kidding, he is 4,100 overall pieces, which means, I'm not great at math here, but that's how many invincible pieces? Well, that's 4,100 overalls. It's 1 invincible is 3. Oh god, I can't do math. But this card, I wish I knew the math on this card, because you guys can do the math. He goes for so much MT. If you were to downgrade those pieces into diamonds, you'd make so much MT compared to Miles Turner, who is maybe 90% of what Serge Ibaka is. So Miles Turner is a must-have card in this game to grind for in the playoff spotlight sims, but also included in that, I wanted to mention cards like J-Dub. He's also a good shooting guard to run and a good shooting guard to have on your team. So making sure you guys are grinding the playoff spotlight sims, but make sure you guys are mainly getting Miles Turner, because I do think he's a must-have card currently in my team. Now the next card I want to talk about is a budget beast, and that is Pink Diamond Josh Childress. Now if you're already getting Cedric Maxwell and Richard Jefferson, you don't need him. But what I would do personally, if you need shooting guards, get Cedric Maxwell, don't get RJ, and then go for Josh Childress as your backup shooting guard, because he's going to cost you a lot less. You can use those 25 dark matter pieces from Richard Jefferson and maybe go spend them elsewhere, downgrade that into MT, and just go buy Josh Childress for 5,000, because honestly, he's not that much worse than RJ. His SIGs are just as good. I mean, he's basically the same card as Richard Jefferson. RJ is probably a little bit better defensively, and maybe you could argue the better jump shot. So it comes down to preference with the release, but these two cards are very similar. And again, Josh Childress is a lot cheaper, but wanted to give you guys many, shooting guard options that I do think are must-haves. Now, guys, to talk about some expensive must-have cards in this game. I know these cards are expensive, but there's also tons of people that watch my channel, guys, that have a lot of MT to spend. I mean, I see you guys in all my market crash videos talking about you guys have millions of MT to spend, and you guys are mad because the top tier cards don't drop in price. So I know that there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of MT to spend, and I think Michael Beasley and Dikembe Mutombo are the two must-have cards in this game when it comes to the upper echelon expensive cards to go after. I was almost tempted to put 100 overall LeBron as a must-have card, but that's only for like the really expensive players. I think I will mention the 100 overall LeBron though, just because if you guys have tons of MT and you're looking to pick up like an invincible level card, him and Rudy Gay are must-have like expensive cards, like millions of MT expensive, but more on just like the 300 to what 500 600k that Dikembe and Beasley go for. These cards are, yes, expensive, but they're not the LeBron, Rudy Gay, the cards that I think are must-haves for really expensive, but this is like an expensive tier that I wanted to include because Beasley is so good offensively, still one of the best small forwards in the game, still has one of the best jump shots in this entire game, and Dikembe is a card that can compete against the best centers, against the Yao Mings, the Wembys, the Kareems of the world, whatever card you could think of, Dikembe can compete with. Maybe not as good, definitely not as good, but he can compete. He's 7'2", can play center power forward, 7'7" wingspan, just an absolute monster defensively with a very good jump shot. So if you guys have a lot of MT to spend and you need small forwards, if you need a center power forward, I do think Beasley and Dikembe are must-have cards. Now the next couple cards I want to talk about, cards like Denny and Vladimir, have come down to below buy now price. If we go I'm going to go take a look at Denny just to make sure he is still a buy now. I bought this card for exactly 100,000 MT, and at least on Xbox right now, the market is up because obviously it's a Sunday. He's not currently a buy now, but he was a buy now yesterday, and I got mine for 100,000. If I go look at Vladimir Radmanovic and see how much he's going for, I got this card for like 150, but now he's down below 90k on Xbox right now. Looks like he's about 85 to 90,000 MT. Yeah, 90k I think is the lowest right now. Yeah, 90,000 MT is the lowest for this dark matter Vladimir. Both these cards are tall for their position. Denny's 6'9" at point guard. Vladimir's 6'10" at small forward. Both have really good jump shots. Vladimir's jump shot's great. Has almost the best SIGs in the game, Pro 2 fade. These are two like mid-level cards that I think are must-haves. If you guys need a point guard, go get Denny. Trust me, he is so good offensively and defensively. And yeah, Vladimir is really good as well. But the final card I wanted to talk about in this top 10 must-have list is actually Galaxy Opal Andrew Bogut, for the sole purpose and the sole reason, I think is what I meant to say, is because you can get this card for literally one Galaxy Opal piece. I'm not even kidding. I'm going to do it on the No Money Spent video later today, but you can get this card for 1 Galaxy Opal piece in the exchanges. You go buy the duo of Marquis, you go exchange for the duo of Andrew Bogut and Mo Spates for 1 Galaxy Opal piece, and you get Galaxy Opal Andrew Bogut, which, I mean, 1 Galaxy Opal piece is like 1,000 MT maybe, and you can get a 7-foot point guard who's an absolute demigod and a beast. He's a must-have card in this game, mainly because of the festival dropping his price a ton, but also because you can literally get this card for 1 Galaxy Opal piece. So guys, that's going to be my top 10 must-have cards right now in my team. Let me know what you guys think about this list down below, and hopefully you guys found it helpful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.